and welcome to another episode of the Halftime Oranges podcast with myself and my co-host, Mr. J. What are you saying, my G? What's good?
I'm all good. I'm just chilling. You know how it is. Still trying to
Yeah.
find a job.
Oh
How
man,
you?
man's unemployed. Don't worry, I feel the pain, but I'm a student, so ha ha ha. Anyway, I'm doing all right. Let's just go straight into what we're talking about here, which is we always like to start off with the weekend's roundup of games. Friday night we saw Newcastle give it a right go against City, but unfortunately, to no avail. Fernan Torres with a hat trick, his first hat trick for his club.
A well taken one too.
Interestingly enough, Pep came out and said that he could be our new number 9.
Did he say that?
He's come out and said that Torres could be our new number 9. What do you think?
I mean, I didn't think they were going to sign one in the summer anyway.
Well, this summer.
I didn't think they
Oh,
would.
okay.
But it's interesting that he's identified Torres as the guy.
I mean, I'd say it's too early to say he's number 9, especially since he's already won the league. It was more of a dead rubber game, and he's performed like that. Nah, I would if you were a City fan, would you really want to rely on Torres? He's normally a wide player. I don't think so. I don't really think so, but
we'll see what he can grow into.
Yeah, exactly. He's got another.
He has some of the potential.
Got another couple of games before the Champions League final. Not to say that he will start the Champions League final. I don't see that happening.
He won't.
I don't see that happening. But give it a good go in the Premier League game that remains for City. Looking on to the weekend's game, Saturday and Sunday. Let's look at the West Ham Brighton game. It's a shame for West Ham. I think that's them out of the Champions League picture. But you know what? I think they'll take Europa League. I think any
Well, they could struggle to get that at the moment.
They could struggle, but I think the last 2 games is favourable to them. Who they got? I think tomorrow they got West Brom, away to West Brom. I think 1 win and that's it. Them still in 5th place. I think at least or 6th. I think.
Well,
5th.
at the moment they're 7th. So
are they?
Yeah, because
they are 7th. Yes,
Liverpool, Tottenham won.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens with them.
I hope they get Europa League. I think they do deserve it, at least that much.
So do I.
So good luck to them.
I mean, the worst case, they should get Conference League.
Yeah, I think even then they'll be okay with that because the first time they're in a European competition, how long?
Exactly, yeah.
And they could win that. I think they're good enough to win that competition. Why not?
I don't know who else is going in there, to be honest.
Exactly, against the competition. I mean, you're going to play teams worse off than like Ostersunds, Mold, Dundalk, teams that we were playing in the European League. They're going to be teams worse than them. So, and West Ham can hang it with them, guys. So
you got to remember the 3rd place teams in those Europa League groups will be dropping down as well.
Oh,
so it's like how the Champions League works.
Another knockout thing. Okay, interesting. Well, good luck to them with anything they get into.
Yeah.
Sunday's game. Oh, what happened to your team, man? What happened? What went wrong? Took the lead, 2-1 up, and then a little young man named Mitchell, left back as well.
Tyreek Mitchell. We took the lead twice in this game.
His debut and won the game for them.
I don't know. We just look awful. Going forward, we just produce so little without Grealish. And Douglas Luiz has been playing quite poorly the last couple of months. It shows that he's a decent passer. I wouldn't say he's exceptional, but that's all he is. He does absolutely nothing else. He's like a B-Tech Jorginho. Honestly, he offers nothing defensively.
That's a lot worse.
Yeah, and that's why I've been banging on. Villa should sign a good DM this summer, which will allow, I hope, McGinn to flourish more.
Anyone in particular in your mind you'd want to get?
It depends how much money we have.
Would you want a Premier League proven DM?
I don't care about that.
Oh, okay.
If we've got money to spend, let's say we're splitting half a budget, so 1 on a winger, let's say, and 1 on a DM. Someone I don't think you'd get him, but you should be targeting is Zakaria from Gladbach. I reckon he'll cost around 25-30 million.
Yeah, I figure 25-30. Mm-hmm.
But he's quality all round. I don't think he would want to join Villa, but you want
big
to
ask.
aspire,
I
right?
mean, it's Villa for me. They are still a big club with an amazing history. Obviously, Champions League winners in their
Yeah,
past. So that's the one thing that could attract him. And they've been doing pretty well this season, although it's been on the latter end, it's not been as great.
yeah, you got
But
to show him the projects.
yeah, Benteke managed to get the first goal, and he's been recalled to the Belgium squad. I don't know if you saw them. They released their squad, and that was quite. I'm not surprised. I think he deserves it. He's been in form. Roy Hodgson has gotten the best out of him finally.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think yeah, why not? I don't think he'll start. It's probably going to be the likes of Lukaku and
Emotions behind him.
and yeah, exactly. So, but he will get a chance. I'm sure he will. He will at least come on as a sub. He'll
He's
get
a
a
squad
game.
player, yeah.
Exactly, squad player. And I think I'm happy for the guy. Mentioning Crystal Palace has been confirmed this morning that Roy Hodgson will be leaving at the end of the season. You're seeing on Twitter a lot of Palace fans are very grateful for what he's done. He's kept them in 11th, 12th, and 14th place finishes in the last 3 seasons. It's looking like he's going to be another one of those finishes. He's managed to make Palace into a stable Premier League side. I think people will agree with that. And tomorrow's game against Arsenal will be his send-off. And I think he deserves a good send-off. He's been a very good servant to the club. Steve Parish has come out with an Instagram post. He's applauded his work. Good friend, good businessman, good partner to work with. And I wish him well because he's also said, Roy Hodgson himself, that this will be his last time in the top flight league. So most likely this will be the end of Roy Hodgson's managerial career. You can remember he's been managing since 1976.
Yeah.
Over 45 years of managing. Gotta give kudos to that. Gotta pay homage to that, honestly. Great man. Wish him well with his future endeavors. But looking forward, who do you think Palace should appoint? It's looking likely it's going to be Lampard. They've
been linked with Lampard.
There's been talks of Sean Dyche, Eddie Howe.
No.
I mean, I say a Palace fan because they're my local team. But as a Palace fan, I'd want Lampard, if not Eddie Howe. I think those are the two that Palace should be going for.
See, Lampard is 100% better than Eddie Howe.
I think so too, yeah.
But for me personally, looking from the outside in, if they want someone, who knows the league, let's say, I would go out and get Chris Wilder. I think he's the outstanding candidate. I think he plays a progressive style of football, and he could utilize players like Eze. It might even
he gets the best out of youth players. You saw that at Chelsea. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Tomori, especially in Derby, the young players there. He got a really good squad out of them. So
he does,
Palace,
but
with their youth, I think it would work out for him. Really,
have they got much youth though? They've got very few players. So
I mean, Tyreek Mitchell himself came out, scored a goal his debut. So...
Tyreek Mitchell again, Eze. I still think Chris Wilder would be a better fit.
I think that would be a good shot.
He is the better manager.
Yeah, he's proven it as well.
And if you look deeper into their squad, it's actually not a good squad.
It's an old squad. And there's a lot of old players there.
It's a very old squad. I think it's the oldest in the division. And I don't know if I would trust Lampard with that, to be honest. I think Chris Wilder is just probably
it would be a gamble. It would be a gamble. But you got to remember, I think if you get Lampard, you're getting a high-profile manager, and that could attract.
That's true.
They could attract players, but we'll see come summer. We'll see come summer what happens there. Looking at the other fixtures, I want to talk about the West Brom Liverpool game. What a finish! The keeper himself, Alisson Becker, 90.
That was just a phenomenal header.
It was that was a striker's header.
It was so good.
Yeah, if you remember when Arsenal played Fulham and Matt Ryan came up, he did get a header, but that was more of like a pre-assist to allow the ball across goal and Nketiah finish. But this one was a proven header, went for goal, great goal, and won the game for Liverpool. That, as Martin Tyler said himself, that saved Liverpool's season because it looked like the top four was dead and gone. But that could have saved them and given them a shot at top four now.
It was just a phenomenal moment, and to see all his teammates on him, it was just a real feel-good moment, wasn't it?
That's what football brings. Super League was going to kill that kind of moment, and especially for Alisson with what's happened off football, his father passing away. I think that was a great moment for him. And honestly,
absolutely,
yeah, I'm happy for the guy. It couldn't have happened to a better keeper, I think. To be honest. Want to talk about the playoffs now. I watched both games. I did watch it because I'm actually very interested in playoff matches. It's very, especially with the fans coming in as well, which is so good to see. First game of the evening kickoff was Bournemouth Brentford. Man, Brentford, were knocking on that door hard. There was a chance where it came across goal on his stronger foot as well, and it just went wide. I can't remember the player's name, but Brentford loses on the night. What do you think will happen second leg after that one?
Well, I was
Because
quite confused.
we called Brentford would make the final, but
We did, but we just said it would be a hard game. I was kind of confused with Brentford's lineup. With the likes of Rico Henry not starting and Mbuemo, I just thought there would be a little more, how do you say it, a little more attacking, aggressive, show more initiative. But they have it all to do in the second leg.
I think they'll do it because they showed the quality in that game. They should have gotten something out of it. I think just unlucky.
Yeah, but
Bournemouth took their chances.
Now Bournemouth can just try and soak it up, and they do have some. Well, I don't know, like they have some decent players.
I mean, they've got probably the best English midfielder in the game in Jack Wilshere. Had to be said. I was surprised he came on. I really didn't think he'd come on, but he came on and just solidified the midfield, which is what he can do. The other game on the night was Swansea-Barnsley. I got to say, Barnsley didn't really offer much. They were quite disappointing to watch. Swansea, I mean, I completely forgot Ayew still plays for Swansea, and he got the goal on the night. And it's looking like Swansea have won, if not both feet in the final.
Yeah, I mean, I would so love it if Barnsley went up. Their story and all of it. It's again, it's what football's all about. But Swansea do have the better side with the likes of Ayew and of course Villa boy Conor Hourihane. But yeah, it looks like they're into the final now, which is a shame because you players like now DK and Woodrow, it would have been exciting to see how they would fare higher up, but it's not meant to be, I suppose.
Not this season, it doesn't look like it, but hopefully they get a chance next season. One more topic I wanted to talk about before we go into the main theme of this video, which is the England squad. Harry Kane came out, I think, was it yesterday? It was yesterday he came out.
It was yesterday, yeah.
It hasn't come from the horse's mouth, but there's a lot of rumors. In fact, some concrete sources have come out and said that he has expressed his desire to leave the football club. He's turning 28 in July, and a lot of pundits have come out and said that it's now or never for him, really. And already the likes of Chelsea, United, City have expressed strong interest in him.
Yeah.
I'll say this about Harry Kane. I think he's a top-class striker. I think he's world class. I won't say he's top class.
100%. He's world class.
I think he's
I don't use that term lightly, but he is
exactly. I think he's a world-class striker. Again, 20+ goals a season, even when he's had injuries, that's kept him out for a while. I think he's England's best player. I think he's England's best football player, and he has two options really. One is to stay at Spurs. You're not going to win anything. I'll be honest. This isn't me being a fickle Arsenal fan. I'm just being real. I don't see Spurs winning.
They've regressed a lot.
Exactly. I don't see Spurs winning. So he could stay there and he will become a club legend. He'll be bigger than the likes of Paul Gascoigne, bigger than Lineker, bigger than Robbie Keane, Jermaine Defoe. He'll be bigger than them. Or he goes on to win something. Now, here's an interesting stat. I don't know if you heard. Jermaine Defoe became the 39th, I think 39th, to win. I think it's 39th or 38. I can't remember, but it's in the 30s. He became the 39th player to win a trophy after leaving Spurs since they won the League Cup in 2008. Now, that's an incredible stat. You got to look at the likes of Luka Modric, Gareth Bale, Robbie Keane, Jermaine Defoe now. They've gone and they have won trophies. And Harry Kane has had to look at that and say, you know what? I want some of that. I want a silverware.
Even more recently, you got Eriksen, you got Kyle Walker.
Yes, Eriksen, yeah.
Trippier might get one now.
Yeah.
I feel for the guy.
Well, where do you think he'll go come summer? Look at this. I can't see him going to Chelsea. I think Spurs fans will be absolutely fuming. That would be
they won't let that happen.
That's so similar to us selling Van Persie to United. Very similar. It's like, I understand why you want to leave, but don't do what you do. Don't do that. Don't go to a rival club. I can't see him going to United because I don't think Spurs will want to make the Berbatov mistake. They gave him,
Mm.
they gave United Berbatov, and you saw the forward line: Berbatov, Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney, phenomenal, scary. The
Yeah, absolutely.
2008 United side is probably one of the best Premier League sides the Premier League has ever seen, and Berbatov was a part of that. So, realistically, if he's going to go in the Premier League, I can only see him going to City. They do need a striker. I think they'd be happy to pay the money.
You see, I disagree.
Okay.
I cannot, for the life of me, see City paying the fee that Spurs will want. City, yes, they spend a lot of money, but they're not going to spunk that amount of money on one single player, especially one of his age and as injury prone as he is. They're too smart for that. The only place in the Premier League that he could go is United, but again, not this summer. They've got other priorities, i.e., Sancho, some defensive-minded players, which leaves the continent then. And according to Sky Sports yesterday, one unnamed super club was interested in Harry Kane. Of course, we don't know who that is yet, but we can narrow it down to Barca, Real, and PSG.
PSG, maybe, but I can't see that being a fit. I think maybe Juventus.
They won't buy him.
I think that would make the most sense. I think if you got to remember the price will be a lot, so I can't see Barca, Real Madrid being able to afford him with the amount of depth they're already in,
Exactly.
unless they manage to offload a number of players worth almost £200, which £200 million, sorry, which I can't see happening.
No, they won't.
PSG, yeah, they can afford him 100%, and that only leaves Juventus. So if he's gonna go abroad, I can only see it being Juventus or PSG.
Again, Juve can't. They're straddled with so many.
Yeah, the Ronaldo wages and
Ronaldo wages, Ramsey wages, all of them.
And not being able to get Champions League football could be very detrimental.
Exactly.
That could be huge.
So,
and he said it himself, he wants Champions League football, so it wouldn't make sense, I guess, to go to the likes of Juventus.
The only thing I will say is, if Mbappe leaves for whoever, then maybe there's a space there.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, me personally, I don't see him moving. I think he can.
Summer, really?
Yeah, he can want to leave as much as he wants, but no one's going to pay that money for him.
It's the price. It's too much.
And Spurs are not going to lower their demands or anything like that. It's going to be at least 150.
Of hostile environment, especially for a player like Kane, who I think a lot of Spurs fans have said it. You know what? Fine, you deserve to go because you deserve a trophy. So if you're going to go, I'll back it. It's like when Alexis left. Although I didn't want him to go to United, I looked at him and said, you know what? You deserve the best because you're a great footballer. And he's now won the Serie A, which I'm so happy for him. He deserves it. But we'll see come summer. It's going to be a tough one. Like you said, they're going to demand a lot of money. And especially during a pandemic, with clubs being in a lot of debt as it is, with the owners being as stingy as they are, taking out money from the club instead of investing in it, it's going to be difficult.
I just can't see it.
Yeah, I digress. We'll see when it comes summer. Let's go to today's theme. Today we're going to be talking about what we think should be the squad that Gareth Southgate should be taking to the Euro 2020s. Now,
yeah, can I just reiterate? It's not what we think Gareth will take; it's what we think would be the best, like what we would take.
Yeah, what we would take. So we'll go with positions. And remember, there's a 26-man squad.
Yes, it's increased.
So how are we going to do this again? We said 3 keepers. I've forgotten that. What was
11 defenders.
11 defenders. Write this down somewhere so I don't forget this. So we're saying 3 keepers, 11 defenders. How many midfielders is that? So that's 14 right there. So we've got 12 more spaces.
4 strikers and 8 midfielders?
8 midfielders and 4 strikers. Okay. When you say strikers, we mean just forward players, right?
No, as in like strikers, and then the wingers would be in the midfielders.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, fine. Let's go with that. So I managed to find something that would make a lot of sense, where it's got a list of all the possible keepers that Southgate could take.
Okay, brilliant.
So I'll read you the names. There's about 10 names here. Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston, Tom Heaton, Aaron Ramsdale, Nick Pope, Jordan Pickford, Carl Darlow, Joe Hart, Alex McCarthy, Freddie Woodman, Angus Gunn, and Fraser Forster. Now,
Well, a lot of those
won't get any. Yeah. One thing, who's your fringe players? Who doesn't make it? But you know what? Giving a chance, maybe the World Cup he could.
Well, I don't think there is really a fringe player. I think
there is.
three ones are kind of set in stone.
I think one who's going to just miss out and who does deserve in the long term, Tom Heaton. I think he's hello, Dad. I think he's a top keeper, but he will miss out, like you said, to the three main ones: Nick Pope, Jordan Pickford, and Dean Henderson.
Yeah, those are the three.
I think those are the three. Yeah, would you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. Those are it.
I think let me and I can mark them off as well, by the way. Okay, so we're going with him, Nick Pope, and Jordan Pickford as the three keepers. Right. Now we go to the defenders. Let's go with, we're saying 11 defenders, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how we're going to break this down, because this one is given the option of having a right back, the centre backs, and the left back. So how many right backs are we taking?
Well, I've got three.
Three right backs?
But one of them can play centre back.
So let's go with this. We're going to go 6 full backs and 5 centre backs. How does that sound? So
yeah, that's what I've gone for.
Okay.
And again, one fullback from each side can play centre back. Okay. Or let's say they've played centre back in a back three.
In a back three. That's the likes of Kyle Walker, I'm guessing. Or yes. Yeah, I figured so much. Okay, let's go with the right back role. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker, Reece James, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Kieran Trippier, Matty Cash, Max Aarons, Kyle Walker-Peters. These are the right backs that in question. Now, I'll give you mine first. I'll go first this one. I personally would take Kyle Walker, 100%. I think he starts majority of the games. Followed by Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think he's a phenomenal person. He can whip a ball in. He's amazing at set pieces. Phenomenal option to have. And it's a toss-up between two for me in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Kieran Trippier. Because the likes of Kieran Trippier,
that's interesting.
He's now gone to one La Liga playing at right back, and he started quite regularly. Yeah, he started quite regularly, to be honest. I've seen him play, and he's adapted to Diego Simeone's system very well. Then you have Aaron Wan-Bissaka, an interesting stat, and Jamie Carragher brought it himself. 1-on-1, he's one of the best. He can't be beaten 1-on-1. So if he's going up against, I think in Croatia, if he's going up against a Perisic isn't going to do anything to him. He's not going past him whatsoever. So, from what's been said, I take Trippier. Because he was in the World Cup in 2018. He did a great job, actually. Remember, he scored a free kick against Croatia. I don't think he'll do that again.
And he excels in the wing-back role.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's a great option to have. So, my 3 right backs, Kyle Walker, Kieran Trippier, and Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I've agreed with all 3 of those. However, I was not seriously considering Wan-Bissaka. I think he's just too limited.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. My one that just misses out is Reece James.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I think he's had a great end. Tuchel has brought the best out of him, honestly, and I think he'll be a good player for the World Cup. I think he'll definitely be contentious.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. And it was a toss-up for me between Trippier and Reece James.
Yeah.
But I think
Trippier just edges it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, just because of that, the system.
Yep. Left backs now. Ben Chilwell, Aaron Cresswell, Luke Shaw, Matt Targett, Ryan Bertrand, and Saka.
See, I've gone for Shaw. First of all, I think he should start. And if needed, he can tuck into that left centre-back slot he has for United. I mean, he's not the best at it, but, if needs must. my second choice is Chilwell.
Yep.
And
I've got him as
then
well.
my third choice, I don't know if I've cheated a little bit with this selection, but I had to get him in there, so I've gone for Saka.
Yeah, same. I've
Yes.
gone exactly the same. I think Saka's very versatile, and I think he's a great option to have. I'd be
Yeah.
very disappointed if he doesn't make it. I'm looking at the Gary Neville's and well, this is Gary's one. He's taken Kyle Walker, Trent, Ben Chilwell, Luke Shaw as there. So they've taken 4 fullbacks compared to because
Yeah.
they've done a different system, but those are the 4, and they've somewhat agreed with us, to be honest, so far. So it looks
Yeah,
like we're
on the
doing.
whole.
Looks like we're doing well. So that's our left backs: Bukayo Saka, Luke Shaw, and Ben Chilwell. Happy
Yeah.
with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go into our centre back. So we're taking
I
5
feel like this is
centre
where we
backs.
will have a lot of
All right.
differing opinions.
I'll read you out the options that are possible: Harry Maguire, Tyrone
Yep.
Mings, Michael Keane, John Stones, Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Lewis Dunk, Tomori, Ezri Konza, Mason Holgate, Ben White, Chris Smalling, James Tarkowski, and Ben Godfrey. Now, I'll go first this one. Why not? I've gone for Harry
Well,
Maguire.
we can get 2 of them out, can't
Okay,
we?
okay.
Just both of us.
I think
Stones and Maguire definitely in.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're definitely going to agree with that one. Now,
Yeah.
this is where it gets a bit more complicated because
Yeah.
those 2 will most likely start. Right?
Yeah, they have to.
I think they have the best English defenders
Providing
right
that
now,
fit.
for sure. I would then go on to take the likes of Connor Cody. I will take Tyrone Mings. And then I would actually go and take Chris Smalling because I think he's performed quite well in Roma. And you saw, and they made it to the Europa League semi-final, got unlucky against United. Okay, they were battered, but I think that was just United just both being the better team, superior team compared to Roma. So those would be my 5: Maguire, Mings, Stones, Cody, and Smalling. Those are my 5.
I've gone a slightly different route.
Okay.
I've got Konza.
Is that biased?
Maybe it's biased. However, all Villa fans and I don't know, maybe some observant neutrals as well will tell you Konza is the better defender than Mings.
I would like to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Okay.
I've then gone for Mings as well.
Yeah.
I think that's an advantage, him being left-footed, and has experience playing at left full back, so he could do decently in like a back 3, for example.
Okay.
And then my last shout, for me, Michael Keane just misses out.
I would agree. Yeah.
And then I was looking at the 2 Italian pairs of Tomori and Smalling, but I think they just miss out as well.
Okay.
So I've gone for the future in mind, and I've gone for Ben Godfrey.
Okay. Yeah. Young defender. He's quite good as well from Norwich.
He will be the future of England's defence, and he has a lot of potential.
Okay. So we've agreed with Maguire, Mings, Stones, but you've gone for Konsa and Ben Godfrey. I've gone for Smalling. You're not going to consider Cody? Connor Cody?
No, I don't think he's had a good season.
Really? Okay. No. I think he's had a decent season. I mean, last season, was better than this one, but I think he's done. As you got to also remember, Wolves, they missed out on Raul Jimenez, remember, because of his head injury. That could be a reason why they're not as high as up in the league as they would.
Yeah, I understand that. However, I don't think he's been better of either Villa's defenders. I don't think he's been better than Godfrey. I don't think he's been better than Keane, to be honest. And then the Italian pairing have experience at that high stage in Europe as well.
Tomori at Milan as well.
Exactly. Yeah, he's been great.
Yeah. The midfielders now. There's a lot here. Well, I'm going to get through them as quick as I can. Declan Rice, Harry Winks, Jude Bellingham, Eric Dyer, Lingard, Grealish, Henderson, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, Dele Alli, Calvin Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Barkley, Eze, Emil Smith-Rowe, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'll let you go first this one. We've decided to take 8 midfielders.
8 midfielders, and I've included wide midfielders in mine.
Yep, that's fine. Wait, you're going for the wide midfielders. Yeah, okay, fine. That's fine.
Okay, so I'll start at the base.
I think Declan Rice, I think we'll agree with that.
Yeah, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, depending on fitness, the first name I've got down here is Henderson.
Yep, I've got him as well.
And then I've got Rice.
Yep.
I've then got Bellingham.
Ooh, very young, 17 years old.
He's 17, but he is a class
Okay,
act.
let's go with what you're saying. So you've gone those three so far. Let's see who you're going to miss out on. Okay.
Uh, I've then gone for Calvin Phillips.
Okay.
Then the more attacking players, I've chosen Mount.
Yeah. Okay.
I've chosen Foden.
Yes.
I've chosen Grealish.
Yeah, okay.
And finishing it off, I've got Sancho.
Yes. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Um, 1 second. I'm just looking here. Okay. Where were we? Sorry about that. Someone just came on my phone. I had to look at it real quick. You've left out the likes of Dele Alli, and Swan. I'm going back based on the people who've had a good season. And I think Dele Alli has come out. I'm an Arsenal fan saying this, so that says a lot. Dele Alli has had come out in a good season. Jesse Lingard, he's thrived. And
You think Ali's had a good season?
I think that at the latter end of the season, since he's had his braids done, he's a
He's
completely
had
different
like
player.
what 6 games?
6 games.
He just has not played enough.
Again, well, let's keep going. James Ward-Prowse, you've expressed your opinion about him, how he's just
Yep.
he's very hyped, just set piece player. Ross Barkley, your man, okay, fine, started very well. I think one player that does miss out, and this isn't biased, I think Emil Smith Rowe misses out, and yeah, I think he's a guy for the future for sure. Come World Cup, you're going to see him quite a lot more. He's going to be the
I think so.
He's going to be the established number 10 at Arsenal. You're going to see a lot more of him.
The issue is for him and Lingard and Madison.
Mm-hmm.
All
Madison
four of
is another
those
player who's
attacking
missed out,
players
yeah.
I've said, Mount, Foden, Grealish, Sancho, they're all phenomenal players.
Yeah.
Like Lingard's a great player. Madison has been very good too, but the competition ahead of them is just too high.
Yep.
You know.
I think so too. Yeah, it's looking at what you just said, I think I agree with everyone. Even Jude Bellingham. Actually, I think he's just won the German Cup with Dortmund. He played very well in that game as well. So I think he deserves. I think he should go up. He won't start. I think everyone will agree he will not start, but that's a great option to bring off the bench. A lot of energy.
For me, if Henderson's out, I think that double pivot should be Rice and Bellingham.
Okay.
Take his age out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
He's been bossing Champions League games for a subpar Dortmund team.
Okay.
He's starting week in, week out, and his performances don't drop below a 7 out of 10, like at all.
Yeah.
And he provides a certain drive from that central midfield that Henderson, Rice, Phillips, they just can't provide.
It will let him thrive, basically, let him flourish. If you have that base,
Yeah.
like of Declan Rice, who's going to solidify that defense, it gives him the option to go forward.
Yeah, all of those players just sit. Yeah. Whereas Bellingham is a lot more dynamic and is a lot more two-way.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the 8 midfielders. Now we've got the 4 strikers. Oh, it's going to be a bit difficult. So I'll go through what we have. Raheem Sterling, Rashford, Mikel Antonio, Danny Ings, Jadon Sancho. Well, you've mentioned Jadon Sancho in your midfielders, but he's an option in attack as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Harry Kane, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Patrick Bamford, Ollie Watkins, Tammy Abraham, Mason Greenwood, Vardy, Ademola Lookman, Danny Welbeck. He's had a good season at Brighton, can't deny that. And Callum Wilson. I'll go first, this one.
Go for it.
So the 4 I would take Sterling, I would take Rashford, I would take Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and I'd take Harry Kane.
Simple as that, yeah.
I think
nothing to disagree.
I think people that miss out, I feel very sorry for Patrick Bamford. I think he's had a very good season.
I don't think he's had as good a season as Watkins or Tammy. Okay, Tammy hasn't had the best season, but he offers a lot more than Bamford does, in my opinion.
I guess, but I guess Patrick Bamford is more like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin kind of player. They're both very similar. So if you're going to take one of them, I guess it would have to be Calvert-Lewin.
It has to be.
Has to be, yeah, for sure. We mentioned Sancho is going to be in the midfielders, so yeah. Marcus Rashford is going to be probably going to be played out wide left more than a striker.
Probably, but again, he can. If Kane and Dominic Calvert-Lewin are out for whatever reason, he can slot in.
He can go in the middle.
No issue.
Yeah, won't be an issue. And then of course Raheem Sterling, who's probably going to be out wide left. He will be ahead of Rashford for sure. And of course you're going to see Rashford on the wide right.
See, this is what I want. Go on.
Okay, go on. Continue before I make what I'm going to say.
I was going to say after this, we'll do our starting 11.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, once I start against Croatia.
Yeah, but I don't think Sterling should start
against Croatia or in general
at all.
Squad? Really?
I don't see why.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I somewhat understand where you're coming from. If you look at this season, I think the 2019-2020 Sterling was phenomenal. I think that was the greatest season he's had, and he reached his peak.
100%.
And this season, it has been hampered by injuries. To be fair, he has been given the striker role on occasion this season because Aguero has not been injured, and he just for some reason opts against starting Gabriel Jesus. So he's been given the forward role, and it hasn't really thrived. Hasn't really been the best.
He just hasn't found his shooting boots.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
and out wide, he's just been ousted by his compatriot Phil Foden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. He's been
on either
way.
way.
Yeah, he's been the better performer, cutting inside, having a shot off as well. He's had his shooting boots on for sure, definitely.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go with our starting 11. So we're going 4-3-3, or we're going to go for the Gareth Southgate 3 at the back.
It depends. How do you want to do it? Do you want to do it against Croatia or
against? Okay, the first game is against Croatia. Against Croatia, I have to go 4 at the back. I'd go 4-3-3.
Okay, we'll do 4-3-3.
So in goal, I think we agree. Well, I don't know about you. I'll go for Nick Pope.
I would go for Henderson.
See, I don't know if you've noticed, but currently, as this podcast is going on, United are playing Fulham, and Henderson hasn't even been picked in the squad whatsoever, and it's been crazy, creating a lot of alarms. A lot of European clubs have seen this, and they're looking, whoa, he's not been picked at all. Okay,
yeah,
that speaks volumes there.
We don't know why,
and I think
can't comment on it.
But I think also United fans will say that Henderson hasn't had the best season. He's been brought in to replace De Gea somewhat because De Gea, as we know, has been very inconsistent over the last few seasons.
Yeah,
but he hasn't reached what he was at Sheffield United. When he was there, he was phenomenal. He was one of the reasons Sheffield United were as high as they are. And so,
absolutely.
And as you saw, he's out of the squad. What happened to Sheffield United? Relegated. Last. With a whimper. Went out with a whimper. So he's a great keeper. I'd go for Nick Pope personally. I think he's you know what you're gonna get with him. Consistent.
See, for me,
and he's had more game time. He's had a lot more game time.
He has, but he just does not offer anywhere near enough with his feet. And I think that is, especially with England's current squad, that is how you need to play.
Play from the back. That's football today, to be honest. Always playing from the back.
And I just don't think he offers enough.
I'll go for Henderson then. I'll give you Henderson. Right back, Kyle Walker.
Yep, agreed.
In the middle two, John Stones Maguire.
Yep.
Done. And left back, this is interesting. I think I'll go for Luke Shaw.
I've also.
Yeah, Luke Shaw. Okay, brilliant. It's a good start. Middle three, Declan Rice, Phil Foden, and Jordan Henderson.
Okay, so
no, actually, I want to change that. I'd go for the pivot two.
Wait, hold on. If we're doing it against Croatia, we're assuming
Modric will
Henderson's start. No, Henderson's not going to be 100% for that Croatia game, so I haven't included him.
We'll go for Declan Rice. I think we'll agree one. Are we going for pivot two in attacking midfielder?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so we'll go for Declan Rice, and I think you know what, I'll go with you. I'll go for Jude Bellingham sitting next to him. Attacking midfielder. I said Phil Foden, but I think would I start him? I would love to see Jack Grealish in the attacking midfield role.
Interesting.
See, I love Foden, but I think Jack Grealish in that attacking midfield role is a better player than Foden.
In that role, yeah.
Yeah, in that
Or I
role.
think in general, Grealish is better, but
Yeah. So I go for Grealish. What's your three?
However, in that cam spot, I've actually gone for Mount.
Ooh, okay.
My reason
Okay. I
being,
think I know what you've gone for then as your attacking role, attacking players. Okay.
is he has played a ton of games this season and he's played very well. He is an insane presser and his on the ball skills, i.e., his passing and dribbling, are very underrated.
Yeah.
And I think with his defensive output, I think he's a very good fit for that role.
I think so too. Yeah, you know, you make a good point. So, I'll stick with Grealish. I'm sticking with Grealish at this camp. So I'm guessing your front three. Kane, I think we agree, definitely starting up front.
Yep, done.
On the right, I think again guaranteed Sancho starts on the right.
Yep.
And on the left, I'm guessing you've gone for Grealish there.
I actually haven't.
If it's not Grealish, Rashford?
My thinking was Grealish has to start every single game. However, he is just coming back from an injury.
And don't forget, Southgate isn't fond of him either. For whatever
exactly.
reason. For whatever
reason. My thinking was he's literally coming back from an injury. He hasn't played even a half of football yet since his return.
So you've gone for
that's
Foden.
why, yeah.
Foden on the left.
I've gone for Sancho, Kane, Foden.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very good start because Foden's played on the left before. Hasn't had an issue whatsoever. He's not the quickest, but man, he can do a job there.
Because my thinking is Foden will want to come inside, and then that's perfect for Shaw on the overlap.
Yeah.
Alternatively, Sancho and Foden, they're both comfortable on both wings, so they can interchange and do what wingers like to do and change wings. So I think it's perfect.
I'll actually agree with that front three. I'm happy with Grealish on the attacking midfield role, but Foden on the left, yeah, I'll take that. I think Raheem Sterling is too soon for him. Rashford, I don't really want to use Rashford on the wide left. Only if I have to, I'd put him there. But yeah, Foden on the wide left, yeah, I'm happy with that. That'd be a phenomenal starting 11, honestly, and that should be enough to beat Croatia. It's a team that is an old team, Croatia. Perisic, Modric will be playing. They're quite old.
That's the thing. People still think it's that 2018 team, but it's not. Modric is 36. Rakitic is what, 33? Mandzukic hasn't played a game.
Yeah.
Who else have we got?
He's gone
Brozovic is playing well.
Mandzukic, where's he playing for now? It's not Juventus.
He's just signed for AC Milan. Or
AC
not
Milan,
just signed.
that was it.
He signed in January, but he's played like 20 minutes of football.
Yeah, there you go. Barely anything.
And then again, Perisic is old. Rebic.
Coming, good player, to be fair, for Milan. He's been very good.
He's a good player, but we shouldn't be fearing him.
Yeah. Handanovic, is he Croatian?
No, their keeper is
Croatian keeper.
His name escapes me.
Same. I've forgotten the name.
Either way,
yeah.
Even their defenders of they had Duda and Lovren, again, both old, aged out. I don't think we should be fearing them.
We really shouldn't, especially with the squad we have. We definitely should be fearing them. But
yeah, and this is why it annoys me, like Gary Neville and people saying that we should play on the back foot, blah 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 blah. But they're not looking at the actual squad, you know.
Yeah.
And it also annoys me how people say Foden is a creative genius. He is a great player, but one thing he is not is creative. Yeah. Like just because he plays in that position, that doesn't mean that is his role. And he just doesn't do that. He is a goal threat, but creativity wise, it's not what he does. He can link play, but again, he doesn't create that chance, you know. He doesn't play that final ball.
Yeah.
which is why Sancho, Grealish, and then Shaw on that left-hand side, Bellingham. That's why those players will be important.
So that's our starting 11. That's our squad to go to the Euros. Final thought: where do you think England will finish? Me personally, I think they will win it. And
You think they will win it?
I think in the World Cup coming up in a couple of years' time, a few years, actually 3 years' time, actually, I think that will be the next golden era of players after the 2004 squad you saw with Gary Neville, Beckham, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, all those players. The squad coming up for the World Cup will be the next golden era for England. And I think this will be the base for them. They look at the players they have, the talent they have, the youth setup they have. It's phenomenal. I think it's going to compete with the likes of France. You know, everyone talks about the likes of Haaland, Mbappe. You can throw the names of Phil Foden in there as well. You can throw his name in there because he's made the Champions League final, where Haaland and Mbappe are nowhere near. But Foden was one of the guys who helped City get to that final.
I agree.
He's been overlooked heavily. So I see no reason.
I think he's been hyped up. I think he's a phenomenal player, but he's not England's best young player.
He's not big. Who's England's best young player then?
You know who I'm going to say.
It's not Grealish. He's 27.
No, he's 25. But
it's not.
It's Sancho.
Yeah,
he's 21.
Yeah,
he's only a year older than Foden.
Yeah. I think the trophies thing can blind a lot of people because Foden, of course, has won more. But yeah, you know
what also blind people is that Sancho plays abroad and he's been performing insanely well for 3 years.
Yeah.
But he's only 21.
Yeah, again, this one, you even back to my point. Jadon Sancho has probably one of the best young players in the world. Again, he can be on the lines of like Haaland and Mbappe. He deserves to be up there, the next superstar. Yeah. I think so. So this is why I'm saying there's no reason England can't win it. It's not like the past squads, the 2014, the 2016 Euro squad. They were just woeful. You just looked at the squad and thought maybe they could do a miracle. But at each hurdle, they've been calamitous. They've lost to the likes of Iceland, got knocked out. In the World Cup, okay, they did get to the semi-finals, but let's be honest, the way they did it to get there, it was quite easy.
It's
Colombia on penalties, Sweden, not a great side, knocked out by Croatia in the semis. And then when they got to the third place playoff, destroyed by Belgium.
Yeah, both in the group and in that third place playoff.
Exactly. So that was then. This is now, and I think they can win it.
Yeah, look, England's squad is infinitely better than not only the World Cup but the last Euros as well. And I think what's really going to help them is one, the players that are playing abroad, and two, almost all of those players are playing under world-class managers. And that can only be a good thing. I
think, final thought, the only reason England won't win it for me is their manager. I think, and if they don't, honestly, I'm saying this, if they don't win it, I think Southgate should step down because you have an array of superstars in these players, so many, and they need to be handled correctly. So if this doesn't work out for Southgate, he needs to step down and get a world-class manager in to get the best out of the potential of these players.
I think it depends how we get knocked out. If, we're going ball to the wall and firing everything at, I don't know, Portugal in the semi-final, but they just managed to eke out a 1-0 win. It'll be disappointing, but
they need to be challenged, England, because you look at the groups that they've been in to get to the Euros, to get to the World Cup. It's been too easy. We've been getting the likes of San Marino, Andorra, Montenegro in these group stages. They're not really being tested. You look at the UEFA Nations League. We finished fourth. We finished fourth.
I don't know.
But recently, I think we finished in the second in our group.
No, the first Nations League, we got to the semis.
We finished fourth at semis. I'm going to say third, fourth, up to you what you want to say. But in this one, I think we finished second in our group. So we didn't get relegated, but we didn't get promoted to the finals.
Yeah, we didn't get to the actual
exactly, and that's where they were tested, and they didn't do well. Let's be honest, they didn't perform as well as they should with the players they have. So I think this is Southgate's last chance to get something out of this squad, to at least get a final. I think they're good enough to get to the final.
Again, it
Honestly.
depends on our routes because
Not even.
there are some dangerous teams.
You look at the teams that are. I think the only dangerous team really is France. I think Belgium, they're not as good as they were in the
No,
2018
I
World
agree.
Cup. I think Germany, they've been woeful, absolutely terrible.
Germany will be
getting
awful.
smacked.
They
They've
will,
been
they will
terrible.
be because Joachim Löw
Yeah,
is
terrible.
not good anymore.
Spain, they're not as good as they used to be. They're not going to be. I think England should wipe the floor with Spain.
Yep, agreed.
Portugal, again,
See, Portugal is my
dark
my
horses.
thing.
They're dark horses in this tournament for sure.
Can we just run through Portugal's starting 11 real quick?
Go
In
for it.
goal, Patricio, right?
Patricio, yeah.
Let's say they're playing a 4-3-3.
I think right back will be Cedric, most likely.
Cancelo,
Yes, Cancelo. Well, who's the left back?
Rafael Guerrero.
Yeah, then that's the okay.
And then their two centre backs will probably be Pepe and Ruben Diaz,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, wow. That's
In midfield, you got the likes of Renato Sanchez,
Sanchez.
who's been reborn.
Moutinho.
You've got Ruben Neves.
Ruben Neves as well.
Bernardo Silva has to start.
Yep.
Then up front, you've got the likes of Ronaldo on the left, Adrian Silva,
Fabio
phenomenal
Silva.
for Frankfurt. And then you've got the likes of Joao Felix.
Joao Felix. Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva from Wolves, the 18-year-olds.
They've got a phenomenal squad.
Planners. Yeah, it's a great squad. They're definitely dark horses. I mean, they won the Euros not too long ago. What's to say they won't retain it?
No,
anything's possible, but I think England and Portugal for sure. Those are the two teams to look out for.
The most talented first 11 and squad on the whole.
England, France, Portugal. Those three.
Yeah, 100%. But again, I think England's talent is a lot more exciting than anyone else's. If we look at France's talent, Mbappe's phenomenal. Coman's, I don't even know what to think of Coman.
He's inconsistent.
Hit and miss.
Yeah, he is. But he's had a good season for Bayern this year.
Yeah, he's had a good season. I wouldn't say it's exceptional.
I think he has the best honours list anyone could ever want. Every season has won a league title, and he's won in three divisions. Oh man, that cabinet is looking very, very, very sexy.
But if we look past that, Pogba hasn't exactly been good. Griezmann hasn't been good. Who else?
Kante's found his form, to be fair. He's looking amazing.
Kante's
found his form.
Yeah, but again, Ousmane Dembele, nothing. No. Defensively, okay, Lucas Hernandez, Theo Hernandez, both good. Pavard, both good.
Varane, Pavard, Longley.
Again, Longley, Varane haven't been playing well. They've both been injured.
It's the manager, to be honest. I think
Deschamps.
Yeah, Deschamps. He got the best out of him in the World Cup. We'll see if we can do it again. You never know. It comes down to the manager and tactics.
I just think they've stagnated a lot, and I think overall it is England's to lose.
Exactly. Well, yeah, that was today's episode of the Halftime Oranges podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any final thoughts, my G?
No, just let us know your squad selections and your Euro predictions as well, and tell us how far England will get. Please do like and subscribe and share with your family, friends, whoever else. And thank you guys for watching.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace for now.